Good morning. Oh, good morning. It's happy Friday. It's around 7:30 in the morning. On Friday. I'm just getting my day started. Wanted to wanted to check in. Had a couple things on my mind, and it is Friday. I'm always trying to get in here and do something on Fridays and Sundays and Tuesdays. Having some so when I went to Big Sur with Megan, we brought some instant coffee, Nescafe or something, in a glass jar, and we have that left over. So I'm having some instant coffee, as well as a shot of espresso in there with some pumpkin spice, oat milk creamer thing. It's really yummy. Very California. People back home probably think that I'm going soft, but it's delicious. It's wonderful. Um, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about, actually, I really don't want to talk about, because it's not doesn't make me feel good. I shouldn't say it doesn't make me feel good. Actually, it makes me very grateful, but it doesn't make me feel good as a man. Doesn't make me feel good, um, admitting it. Uh, you know, generally, raise your hand if you enjoy asking for help. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that most people are like me and do not enjoy asking for help. Whether it's, whether I dislike it because it makes me feel weak, or I feel I don't deserve the help, or whatever the case may be, I don't like it. I haven't really analyzed it too thoroughly, but I don't like it. I don't like admitting that I am having trouble and I could use assistance. Whether, and it really doesn't even matter what the topic is that I need help with. I don't typically like asking for help, although it's necessary. And, excuse me, on the flip side of that, I really like it when people ask me for help. It makes me feel useful and needed and wanted and important. So by not asking for help, I'm not affording the people who care about me the opportunity to get that good feeling to help. But I don't know, I always just think that I'm different. But anyway, having said all of that, um, my son turns 6 tomorrow, October 5th, Saturday. He'll be 6. He has a t-ball game in the morning. Driving out there every Saturday. He plays t-ball. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my day started. Still got some yawns in me. So yeah, tomorrow is my son's birthday, and because of my, as everyone knows, because of my financial situation lately, things have been real tight, and I don't like it. Doesn't feel good, and it just so happens that in the last couple days, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, both Brian M. and Lorna sent a donation to my PayPal. And because of that, only because of that, I was able to get my son a couple of gifts for his birthday tomorrow. And now that makes me feel all sorts of ways, but you know, mostly makes me feel two things. Makes me feel extremely grateful to have people here in this thing that we're doing together, um, that are generous and feel compelled to share. That is the more, I feel that a lot more than the second feeling. But the second feeling is, inadequacy and some shame. because it's my son, you know? Like I should be able to get my son birthday presents. But I just, I just felt it important. I felt it necessary to thank Brian and Lorna for doing that. Anybody who's ever donated, especially to the PayPal, because it comes right to me and YouTube doesn't take 30% of it. It's, it's not lost on me. And, it's not lost on my son. I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell my 6-year-old son that the only reason I could get him a birthday present was because some nice people in my YouTube community helped me out, whether knowingly or unknowingly, because I'd like for him to think that I can provide, because typically I can. And, overall in his life, I've provided everything that he's ever needed. Recently, it's been tough. And, recently I've needed help, and I haven't really asked for help. I've let it be known to the people close to me, my situation and how I'm struggling, but I haven't really asked for help. And I don't really plan on it. Even though I do need help, I'm just stubborn, and I do have, sometimes my pride gets in the way, and so I'm not going to ask for help. And I'm putting this out there. My close friends don't watch this. I've had them on here, but most of this community here is different than my actual community in real life, which maybe someday they'll get intertwined, and but I'm struggling, and it doesn't feel good, and I'm starting to lose some sleep over it. Had a hard time falling asleep last night, and it's not to say like that I can't do anything about it. I'm working on it, and been doing a little better at working remotely recently, but then some things got in the way, but we keep pushing. And there's got to be, I think I might have touched on it last video in one form or another, but like there's got to be some reason that I'm here. I can't tell you what that reason is, but there has to be a reason. My mom decided to keep me. I was born with the cord around my neck, all purple, not breathing. I've overdosed twice. I've been in a car wreck that nearly killed me. There's got to be some reason that I'm still around. There must be some purpose, whether it's to be a dad, whether it's to do this, whether it's to just reach people going through trauma who just need to hear a voice that's been through it, that came out on the other side. But I'm here for some reason. It'd be great if I just knew, I do believe that it's to help people win, like I've mentioned before, and help people realize that they matter. I'm just really not feeling good about Jack today. And I'll be fine, I'll figure it out. It's just pretty uncomfortable at the moment. And I, wanted to stay true to my mission statement about transparency and vulnerability. And so, here I am, letting you know that letting you know the truth, although it is uncomfortable and it's not a good look, I mean, it is what it is. And I would want the people that I care about to tell me the truth if they're not feeling well, or if they need some help, or if they're doing great, whatever the case may be. I want people to come as they are. I had an awesome Zoom call last night with a subscriber. You know, he is a subscriber, but he's like turned into a friend of mine, and he's great, and he's a lot smarter than I am, and he's helping me with stuff having to do with the podcast, and um, it's cool. It's just really cool. Every time we end up on a Zoom call, it's like at least 3 hours, and it goes quick. You know, it doesn't feel like it's 3 hours. I think it was 4 hours last night, but it's just great. Very helpful, very generous. He's helped me with a lot of things, um, you know, and I love him for that. It's huge. I appreciate you. You know, I don't like asking for help, and he helps without me asking for help. And it's amazing. But on the topic of being here for some reason, Rachel, well, a subscriber, Rachel, had left a comment on my last video because I talked about Dustin taking that course, the CDAC or KDAC, whatever it's called, and asking me to do it with them. You know, it's short notice. That class, you have to be registered by October 10th, and it starts November 1st. So yeah, I mean, ideally, I would love to do that. But anyway, when I mentioned it last video, Rachel left a comment that was so sweet, and it warmed my heart. And it, something to the effect of like, "Hey, you have that college course costs $5,000. You have almost 5,000 subscribers." And then she then she kind of tried to rally the troops and was like, "Hey, everybody, if we could all just give $1, Jack could take this course." And it's an incredibly sweet sentiment. I don't think things like that tend to happen too often in real life, where everybody bands together for the same cause. But I really appreciate you saying that. It was amazing. Made me feel good. Made me feel good to know that you care, and I appreciate you. And the emails, especially the emails that you attach videos chatting to me to, are great. And at some point, I'll send, if I figure out how to, I'll send a video video message back. But you're sweet, and I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a great conversation last night on Zoom, and we talk. He's trying to help me figure out how to do like a live stream with other people. Like like Sunday, I tried to do it with Daniel, but whether it was operator error on my part or YouTube just wasn't allowing me to make it happen. I couldn't see Daniel. Daniel could see me, but I couldn't see Daniel, and the people in the live could only see me and couldn't hear Daniel. And but Jules knows about that stuff. We're gonna figure that out. I think it'd be really cool, especially if I could have like Daniel on there, and if somebody who was in the chat live also wanted to come up, like a subscriber, and we could I think I think that would be really cool. Maybe it would be horrible. Maybe it would be a disaster. I don't know, but I think it's worth a try. If it doesn't work, we can always start over. I was also talking to Jules about wanting to, I wish there was, I don't think it's a good idea on my channel specifically to bring my son on, because I just think that this isn't, this channel is not made for kids. This is like heavier topics. But I would love to do some videos with my son that are safe for kids, putting Legos together or playing with magnet tiles, or, opening the toy and he could give a review on what he thinks about it. Just, I don't think it would be appropriate to do that on here, because I wouldn't want to mix, some of my videos about grooming addiction and things like that. And then the next video after that is like, me and my son having a wholesome conversation about, you know, life. But I also don't really know how. This is my first time ever doing this. I don't know if I'm allowed to, under the same account, but on a different name, do different things. And so I'm going to look into that. But I think it'd be really cool. I think my son would get a kick out of it, and then he could watch it when he's older. And I just, my son and I have some great moments. I think maybe other people wouldn't, but I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be great. Um, yeah. So tomorrow's his birthday. He turns 6. Like I told you guys, he lost his first tooth. Tooth Fairy brought him $10, which was huge. Wish I got $10 for my teeth back in the day. Just a great kid. He FaceTimed me 2 nights ago because he's at his mom's, and he's just a good dude. And I look forward to seeing him tomorrow on his birthday, and then I get him back next week for the week. And I always look forward to that. But yeah, Thanksgiving, and even before Thanksgiving, getting ahead of myself. Halloween's coming, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming. Got some stuff to figure out. And talking to Jules last night, we were talking about work and making money and stuff, and told him I just need to be put in front of someone, to be given a chance. Like on paper, I don't look that great. Like my resume, as far as my resume goes, I have a high school education. There's about I don't know, 10 to 15 year gap in my work history because I was not living the best lifestyle for a while, So on paper, I'm not. I don't come off as valuable of an object on paper as I do if I can sit in front of someone and be genuine and allow them to see what I'm about, and that I'm motivated, and that I'm honest and transparent and hardworking and things like that. So, getting in front of someone, whether it's in person or on a Zoom call, but an in-person meeting is what is really all I need, and I can do the rest. You know, um, I like to think I can anyway. We'll see. But yeah, I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what I'm doing because it's affecting me, and I know people understand what I'm talking about. It's affecting my mood, my motivation, my self worth, and I'm still doing the other things, going to meetings, um, meditating, going to church on Sunday with Megan and hopefully our friend James, who's here from New York, is going to meet us over at Mosaic in LA. And I saw him at the Netflix event. That was the last time that I saw you guys. I was going to that event. I had like a nice shirt on. To me, it was a nice shirt. It was so cool. It was like 300 people. Amazing food. Great people there. But I got to hang out with James pretty much the whole time. And I don't get to see him often because he lives in New York. And the first time I met him was in Joshua Tree when Megan and I did that photo shoot for him for his company. And he's great. He's a spiritual guy, hard worker, knows Megan real well. They went to college together. And so he's a very close friend of hers. So he's a close friend of mine. And it was just a really nice time. Also got to see Tony. Which makes me think, I need to. It's not easy to schedule interviews with people. As an adult, with a kid, and my friends are adults to mostly with kids and jobs, and it's hard. It's really hard. It's easy to talk about, and I got a bunch of people that want to do it, but actually getting in person with these people in real life so I can sit them down and get this going is difficult. Working on it, and I'll make it happen. It's just not as easy as I guess I thought it would be, you know. Um, Dustin's been having issues with his back, but he lives the closest to me out of anybody. Dustin lives, 10 or 15 minutes away. I'm going to get him back on. He's just been having a lot of issues with his back. He just had to get like an epidural or something to try and help. But once he's like mobile and moving around again, I'll sit down with him and we'll pick a topic or many topics and we'll chat. A lot of people on here liked my interview with Dustin. He's a great guy. I think Daniel's coming back around either for Halloween or Thanksgiving. When he does that, I'll get him back on here. Yeah, I just wanted to come on this morning, share my morning peaceful time before I start my day with you, and have some coffee and let you guys know where I'm at, and that it's uncomfortable, but it's okay to talk about the uncomfortability and the insecurity and not knowing, you know, not knowing what's next. It's okay. As long as I keep doing the right things and I stay clean and I treat people properly and I remain teachable and I put forth the effort and I'm willing, the right job will come around, whatever that looks like. I wish this was it. I wish somehow, everyone, I wish that this was my thing. This is just my passion project. If someday it turns into that, it would be a dream come true. But you and I being here, at this point in time is just, it's just a passion project. That's what it is. That I think has value, and I hope that other people see the value in that. And last night on the Zoom call, Jules had mentioned that a couple things that I had talked about, like Bible study and going to church and meditating and breath work, and some of the things, and like family time, some of the things that I had talked about. He brings his mom to church every other week, or every other weekend. And recently, when he did that, rather than just being there because he brought his mom there, he found himself a little more present and appreciative of the moment. And he said that it was because of some of the things that I said. And he let me know that a lot of the things that he watches on here have value to him. And that's why he decides to be generous, because he gets value out of what I'm doing. And so he wants to give me value back, whatever that looks like. And it meant a lot to me, to know that people get something out of this, not just, and hopefully it's entertaining. I wouldn't say that, I'm not here to entertain. I don't do this to entertain you. Although it would be nice if it does entertain you, if you could just sit back and watch it, and enjoy it. I'd rather people get something out of it and feel more optimistic, or maybe feel like it's okay to be a little more vulnerable, or it's okay to forgive someone, or show someone a little more respect or love, even if you might not feel they deserve it. Just do it anyway. It matters. It's worth it, for yourself. A lot of the good things that I do, there's always some self in that, like doing the right thing makes me feel good. And I know that doing the right thing makes me feel good, which makes doing the right thing a little easier because I know that I'm going to feel good about it. It doesn't always feel good. Sometimes doing the right thing sucks. But in the end, when it's bedtime and the lights go out and it's just me and my thoughts, it's a lot easier to sleep knowing that I've been doing the right things. Most of the time, that overrides my shortcomings. What am I doing at work? How am I going to get groceries? Those things bother me and they keep me up. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing all right. I feel like, money comes and goes. Time with my son is finite. I can't just make up time. Time with Megan is those things don't come and go. There's only a certain amount of that. Money comes and goes. Jobs come and go. Like I'll figure that out. But the things that matter, like this matters to me, and here I am doing it, And people matter to me, and I try to make sure that I make time for them and let them know that I love them and that I'm here for them. But I appreciate everything that everyone here has done for me. The support has been amazing, the views. And when I say support, I mean all of it. Views, comments, if you share this with someone, not just talking about super thanks and donations. That is above and beyond. Any type of support. Even if it's just you mentioning this to someone, my podcast to someone. Maybe they check it out, maybe they don't. You mentioning it to someone is support. It's supporting what I'm doing. Trying to get the word out. Trying to get more eyeballs seeing what we're doing here. And I love you for that. And I hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend. I'll be live Sunday. I do have to hit church, so I don't know what time yet, but I'll keep you posted. But I will come. I'll go live Sunday. Might not be alone on the live, maybe make something exciting happen. But it's okay to ask for help. And recently I've been in need of help, and that's okay. It's okay to admit that. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, but I've needed some help. And I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you think about this. It's a two-way street. Leave a comment. Let me know. I appreciate you and I love you. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much.